Hello, everybody, and welcome to the White Noise Podcast. With me is my co-host, Ethan.
Hi, y'all.
My great social media manager, Aaron.
Simp.
And I'm your host.
Did you just call me a fucking simp?
I don't mind you, but yeah.
Trigger.
I mean, are you?
Yes, but I didn't like you calling me out.
Yeah.
I bet you watch
Puts fingers
Pokemon.
together with sad emojis.
Yeah.
Ooh, woo.
Fuck.
Will you PB my friend?
I hate that trend so much.
I'd started on TikTok.
I know it did. It's part of the reason I hate
Cancer
it.
of society.
Nice. Man, so happy St. Patrick's Day for those who care, which are probably not many people.
Happy View Day for White Noise.
This will not
Yeah,
come
View Day.
out on St. Patrick's Day, but we are recording this on St. Patrick's Day.
Well, yeah, I mean, yeah, you're right. I don't expect anybody to really care by the time that this comes out, but
Oh yeah.
Also,
most of the world will be dead by the time this comes out.
yeah, I was
That's
gonna
true.
say happy virus year,
Dude.
because that's all this year is.
That's really sad because on like our Instagram analytics, there's like a 65-year-old plus person on there.
Oh,
I really
rip
hate
them.
that we lost that one
There
person.
was.
Oh, they lost. Oh no. One down. One down.
I don't think I should be laughing.
So,
No.
Aaron, I have something to say to you.
Do it. Say
Fuck
it.
you.
Say it to my face.
Fuck you.
Okay. Okay, yeah. I think I deserved it. I think I know what it's about, but I think I made up for my trouble causing.
No, just because the last podcast is one of the most popular we've had, I'm not
And got
salty
us
about
20
it.
subscribers
I'm not salty about it at all. But also, you guys attacked me when I could not defend myself.
I think we made note of that in the video.
Wyatt did, because
Like in
I was sitting here, I was sitting in this exact spot, listening to the podcast, and I was like, they would fucking go at me when I can't defend myself at all. And then Wyatt, like right after I thought that, Wyatt said, I love how we're doing this when Ethan can't even defend himself. So, fuck you guys.
Oh, hey, real quick, on the same note, hey, if y'all are watching the podcast on Apple Podcast or Google Podcast, go ahead and drop a 5-star review, and I'll read it next episode, but we need reviews, so 5-star these hoes up, please. Appreciate. Thanks. Go on with the story. That was our commercial break.
Sponsored by no one. Please help us popular.
No one. Please help us so we can be.
No,
But okay, would you like to know one of the weirdest editing notes I've ever had in my life? One of the weirdest things that ever happened to me while I was editing.
Sure.
AJ knows.
Oh,
how.
I know exactly what this is. Yeah.
I was sitting there one night editing the podcast, and I heard a really loud ding. And I was like, "What the crap was that?" And out loud, I went, "What was that noise?" And me in the podcast went, "That was my Allen wrench that just hit the ground." On the exact same time I said it, I was like, "What was that noise?" And then me past me goes, "Oh, that was my Allen wrench that hit the ground." Just like I was having a conversation with myself, and it blew my mind.
I've done that multiple times while I've been listening to a podcast to edit it back, and especially if it's like been a little while, like it's been a few days, and I'm like, all right, I need to actually like get around to editing the podcast, and something will happen, and my response to something will be identical to whatever it was in the recording.
Well, this wasn't even. I talked to myself. I asked a question, and then my past self answered my question.
Oh,
In the exact same format. I was like, what was that? And as I got that out of my mouth, it was like, oh, that was my Allen wrench. I looked at my desk and was like, this is the Allen wrench. I'm holding it.
you're like, what was that? Oh, that was my Allen wrench. Oh, thanks, Aaron. No problem, Aaron.
Exactly. That's exactly what happened. And I just started crying with laughter because I never expected that to happen. I was like, what? Mm-hmm. Because first of all, I didn't know whose audio it was either. I didn't know if it was Eric's or if it was Tay's or if it was mine. So I had to find that out first, and I found that out very quickly.
Yep.
Yeah, you did.
But this is said Allen wrench.
Mm-hmm. What was that noise?
That was my Allen wrench hitting my mic.
Oh, okay.
So, do we want to give a quick channel update before we continue on like too far
sure.
with the podcast?
Yeah, I want to hear about this. Yeah.
Okay. Do you want to hear about it?
Yeah, I want to hear about it. The host. Yeah, I want to hear about it.
Host.
Just like
I'm doing air quotes with my hands. I don't know if you could hear it in my
Sure you are.
voice.
Sure you are.
Host.
the hosts.
Never mind. I was gonna do producer, but you'd say something about it, so. Or
Well,
co-host.
From now on, I think we're gonna like do uploads every other weekend. You're gonna try to stick it to Friday and stick it at 3 p.m. Like that's kind of the goal. It's Friday at 3 p.m.
for YouTube.
every time. Yeah, for YouTube. Sorry. Saturday will be the rest of them.
Yeah. I'll try to get the audio up on like Friday night so that it'll be available Saturday morning.
Yeah. But right now, like it's a lot for us to find a time to record it, get it edited, and do it all, like, and upload it that week.
In a week, yeah.
So it would be a lot less stress, and we could probably get it out more consecutively, and like it would just be a lot healthier to do if we did it every other weekend.
Yeah.
And the goal is on the other weeks, the off weeks, I'm going to try to fill it in with gameplay videos if we can get one out. No promises on getting one out because we have to get everybody together, and that's a pain in the tail. But when we get everybody together, we're going to try to do it and like have a big group and be able to record like hours worth of footage and just kind of like go off those hours of footage. One of our things we want to do is Jackbox and like a couple other games that are like one screen games where only one person has to record, because right now we don't have the capacity to like send everybody's clips to one thing and then cut all of those clips together, because that's a lot of drain on the internet, and nobody has like the download speed to download everything.
Yeah, we don't have the internet speed or the time to be able to edit together multiple perspectives of a game that we play together.
And that's not saying that we won't like upload a Destiny raid. Like one of us might record and you just may get the one person's perspective, which I don't think is bad. But it's just not as neat as we would want it to be. But we're going to try to stick to like one screen games, which Jackbox would be really good anyway, because those are fun games. And like we get Noah and Eric and Wyatt and Skin, like, and then us three. That's what, 8 people? That's a good number of people. Did I?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, for Jackbox, yeah, it's great. There's another few games that we do have planned. We do have in mind, but don't think we're gonna bring them up. I guess we could bring up one because it's a bit old. Am I allowed to bring up another one? Because it's like
sure.
Like Overcooked is another one that we plan on doing.
Yeah, Overcooked, just Unrailed.
Yeah, just because they're so chaotic that it's comedy no matter what happens. Because everybody's gonna end up panicking. So.
It will be something happens. I yell at Aaron. We die.
Aaron yells back.
Yep. Aaron misses the turn twice, and then we all yell at Aaron.
Motherfucker.
Oh, whoa. I'm shy boy.
Yeah.
Doing fingers, by the way. Y'all can't see it. Visual jokes that for nobody. But that's just kind of a brief update. Also, we've thought of a name. AJ thought of a name for our subscribers, and I think it's wonderful. I just think it's awesome. Go ahead and hit him with it, AJ.
Yeah, it's the White Knights. Yeah, all our subscribers right now at this very moment are titled White Knights. They're just a bunch of simps. They're simps. Simps.
So hold on. So if our like subscriber base is the White Knights, are like, I guess if we ever get like mods or admins, would those be gatekeepers?
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
We gotta find a weird way to spell gatekeeper then. Like it can't be normal.
Oh, you know how it's gonna be spelled.
Yeah, I know exactly how it's gonna be spelled.
There you go, guys. Can we spell it like that?
Yeah. Well, it's gonna have a T in it. Gatekeepers.
Okay.
Yeah,
okay.
gate.
There we go.
Yeah, it has to have a T in there, but yeah, that's what it would be spelled like. Yeah.
Yeah.
The other idea for a slight channel update, but I hope to get this going in the future. No promises. I am moving in like 2 weeks, so that'll be awesome. I'll get to do more of my ideas probably then.
Yeah.
But I want to do a game show. I don't know the name of it yet, and it's probably going to be like super like no animations or nothing, like super bare bones, I guess you could say, where it's probably just going to be like a Discord server. Like we'll just be sitting in a Discord server. But like I would be a host, and we'll have somebody as like the king of meme is kind of the name I'm going with now, where somebody is the king of meme. I nominate AJ the first one. But we get a group of people. This would be where Isle of Wight would come in, our Discord server. Hashtag plug, go join it. In the below. Right underneath.
In the below,
us.
yeah.
Crazy,
Download
crazy
the merch
how like
in the
people can
below.
actually find stuff when you put links in the description, Aaron.
Yeah, apparently
dude.
that helps sometimes.
Yeah, dude. I didn't do things well. It's okay. I'm learning. But
I forgive you.
in the below, like I said, go join the Discord because I want to get a group of people every maybe a couple times a month or once a month maybe, and we do a game show where you have one person who's the king, and each round somebody sends them a meme, whether it be a video format, a picture format, or whatever. But you send the meme to me in a private message. I open it up as the group, and we just like basically look through memes and clips and funny stuff together. And every round, somebody gets eliminated. Whoever was not the funny one that round gets eliminated until it's like the last one, and that's the king of meme. And then the next time we play it, that person would be the host or would be the king of meme, and we would just cycle through like that. And I think it would be a interesting idea for a game show. It's probably been done before because there's no original ideas.
Original thought
yeah,
is a
at all.
myth. Confirmed.
It's a myth. Doesn't exist anymore.
Nope.
But the good thing about it was
being
being able to go to
you didn't have it.
people's humor.
Yep. Stupid thought.
Like, simp.
yeah.
If she breathes,
I hate
she's
women.
a thought.
All women are queens.
Can we get like a white noise shirt with just the white noise on it, and this is underneath it, all women are queens?
yeah.
And then on the back it just has simp, but like a football jersey style.
Can we sell two that are identical, but one says if she breathes she's a thought, and the other one says all women
Yeah.
are queens?
Yeah, that would hit both markets. This lines up
perfect.
perfectly with my Instagram post a while ago.
It'd be great. It'd be great.
AJ asked our Instagram a while ago. I was like, what if we made like merch, but that doesn't look like merch? Like it's just like good looking t-shirts and like hats and just like good looking clothing.
Yeah, it has nothing to do with like
happened.
our channel or whatever.
Well, it would have like WN on it, but it would just be like that would be the brand name, would be like WN. And like
Gotcha.
but all the
Yeah.
money from it just went back into White Noise as a group. But we just made it look clean, but not like merch looking stuff where it wouldn't have like podcast or White Noise or anything like that on it. But that could be like the clothing line name. And this is great ideas to start it off. Just some good old simp jersey.
Yeah, that'd be perfect.
You can sell that along with some bathwater.
All natural
Package deal.
simp juice.
Yeah, dude. I mean, we use my bathwater. That's simp juice.
Jesus.
Careful. They'll DNA test it to see if it was actually used
That's
or not,
fine.
apparently.
That's fine. I will use it.
People are scientists.
You gotta piss in the bath though.
Oh, my new house doesn't have a bathtub.
Rip. Can't do it.
It's only got showers. It's got 2 showers.
I
You're
mean,
gonna have to stick your toes in the sink, buddy.
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, toes is what you were thinking I was going to... Oh, interesting.
You're gonna have to teabag your sink, buddy.
Man.
Why is this water salty? Why are you drinking it? That's the better question.
You got a
they
nut
were-
dunk. Oh, dude, speaking of nut dunk, can I tell a story real
Oh,
quick?
no. Oh, no. I don't like this segue.
I like it. I think it was a great segue. I'm in. I'm invested.
This was a few weeks ago, but you remember the whole thing of like going around of everyone was like, yo, you know you got taste receptors in your balls? And
Oh,
people
yeah.
were like, they were
Yeah.
like dipping their nuts in soy sauce and stuff.
I remember this.
So I was in a chat with some people,
No. No.
and this came up, and I said, So there's this whole thing with, you dip your nuts in like soy sauce and you can taste it. Well, for a while, it's been a thing that like girls have like soaked maxi pads in like vodka and stuff and then put them down their pants so that they absorb the alcohol through their vaginas and so they get drunk faster. So my question was, could you take nut shots and just dunk your nuts in like a bowl of liquor
Get drunk.
and get drunk?
I'm staring downward right now. Can't see it.
For science. Let's do it for science.
He already did it. There's no way
Did
he
you?
didn't.
I will not confirm
I said
Okay.
that.
Yeah.
the occurrence of my nuts or anyone else's being dunked into
man.
some sort of alcoholic beverage.
AJ, remember Noah's been hanging out over there with him.
Yeah.
Remember that.
Yeah. Okay. So Ethan, hypothetically speaking, is it
Yeah.
possible and does it work? Hypothetically.
I would say from an ignorant but educated guess,
Right.
From a very hypothetical guess, yeah.
a hypothetical guess that you definitely can feel a burn.
Okay.
And how did you arrive at this hypothesis?
Oh, through
You outsourced, right?
yeah.
Yeah, I figured.
Yeah.
I figured.
Of course.
Like a responsible scientist.
I found some willing volunteers, and I applied the scientific method.
Oh, I thought he was applied as the willing volunteer. I found some willing volunteers, and then I applied myself.
I found some willing volunteers that will remain nameless, but we'll call them
course.
Lefty and Righty.
Right. Of course.
And Lefty and Righty, they were kept away from each other so that they couldn't, they were kept under a control environment so they wouldn't pollute each other's results through bias. But they arrived at the same startling conclusion.
I imagine that they would, hypothetically speaking.
That
How did you not tell us about this?
Yeah, how did you manage to keep this quiet for so long?
I'm saving it for a podcast.
This is like secret podcast level. Keep quiet.
Yeah.
Hey,
Dude,
Eric
How
was
did
in
you-
the chat when this happened.
wow.
I'm surprised Eric kept it a secret.
Wow.
But yeah,
I did my
no.
balls in $1,000 missing.
That's impressive. Like, why? You pulled a Jeff. You did Tiger Balm, but it was alcohol.
Hypothetically.
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 Yeah.
Hypothetically.
Allegedly.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Right. Yeah.
Ginger and Boots, man. Shout out. Aren't you happy I get all your Letterkenny jokes now?
I'm so happy that you watched Letterkenny. By the way, if you're
I'm on
listening,
season 3.
if you're listening right now and you haven't, if you have a Hulu account and you
If
haven't
you don't
watched,
have a Hulu account, make a way.
make it. If you don't have a Hulu account, make a Hulu account, and then
yeah.
go watch a little show called Letterkenny. It's a Canadian sitcom, and it's excellent. It's so good. I love every moment of it.
That's what I appreciate about you, Katie.
Oh, is that what you appreciate about me?
Take it about 3% down, Squirrely Dan.
I'm gonna need you to take 20 to 25% off there, Squirrely Dan.
Such a good show.
It's a really good show.
I watched season 2 in one day.
They're short seasons. They're easy to digest. They're like 8 episodes
Yeah.
long.
And like, they're just good. Like they're
They
just
are.
solid.
They're just quality entertainment.
Yeah, but I showed it to one of my friends, Alicia, and she did not take as much satisfaction in it as I did.
Well, she's got to die now. I'm sorry, but you got to say goodbye to your friend Alicia.
Just cough on her. Just cough. Just cough on her. Problem solved. Does that mean? Am I allowed to say that? That might be a little.
No, she's not elderly. It's okay.
Okay. You're right.
Yeah,
you're right.
You're right.
And,
right,
and
so
she's
like,
not like an anti-vax or anything. So yeah.
Yeah, is she immunocompromised? Well, she can be.
Okay.
So
this can be arranged.
Our bank, ours as in not just mine. I don't know why I keep saying ours. My bank bought some hand sanitizer because they're freaking out about the coronavirus, which is fair. I think. Yeah. I think there's some panic that's not panic, but I think there's some alertness that's necessary. And
like safety.
The people here in Mississippi are just kind of dumb. Like, a lot of people are like, why are they canceling anything? Why can't we go outside? What's the big deal? It's no worse than the flu. I'm like, well, except the fatality rate's 10 times this amount. So, no big deal. And, so, like, I got this hand sanitizer, and my friend was the one that made me aware of said hand sanitizer. So I took a picture of it today in preparation. So let me go find it.
Is this like the Icy Spring or whatever?
It's called Icy Clean waterless hand cleaner.
That's worse.
It looks like somebody printed off a picture and then taped it to the bottle. It's in very low res. I looked up the company and couldn't even find anything about them. And then it has, when you turn it over, it has 2 hazard symbols on the back already. It has a hazard statement. It says highly flammable liquid and vapor. Causes mild skin irritation and serious eye irritation. May cause drowsiness or dizziness. I've never noticed it causes drowsiness. That's really odd for hand sanitizer.
I mean, well, hand sanitizer is just alcohol. Like, it's basically just alcohol.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's just rubbing alcohol. Yeah.
So it's just rubbing alcohol that, like, is goopy.
Well, except this is 63% rubbing alcohol, so I don't know what the rest of it is.
Gelatin.
So, but let me inform you first before I read the rest of this. Apply 1 pump to hands and rub completely in until evaporates. That's the front instructions. And then as you go down, it says, if on skin or hair, immediately take off all contaminated clothing and wash it before reuse. Rinse skin with plenty of water. If skin irritation occurs, get medical attention. So, okay, back to front. Apply to hands.
Yeah.
Back to back. If it gets on your skin, rinse your hands immediately. And then it says, if inhaled, remove person to fresh air and keep comfortable for breathing. Call a poison center or physician if you feel unwell.
The wording of this is just wackadoo. Like, did this get Google translated?
Dude, I don't know. And then it even has a signal word on the bottom. This is my favorite part. Below the 2 hazard signals, like the 2 hazard pictures, it's like signal word. Danger. That's the signal word. Danger.
That's it. That's its safe word. You found your hand sanitizer safe word.
Apparently,
and
yeah. That is some weird stuff, man.
What if somebody set up, like, in the middle, like, of your desk and went, danger? Somebody would be like, he got the hand sanitizer. He got the Icy Clean hand sanitizer and put it on.
If somebody stood up and just completely deadpan went, danger, I would expect them to follow it with Will Robinson. But if they didn't, then I would be concerned.
But I'm not sure what they want us to do with this.
Yeah, right.
My thought
Put it on your hands and then get it off immediately or you'll die.
My thought was rub it on my hands and then go, HR, I have a problem. What you gave me burnt my hands to pieces. I need to go home now.
I'm just thinking, God, all right, so weird flashback of an episode of Wizards of Waverly Place.
Oh boy.
Where,
okay.
when they summon like ghosts, because they have a haunted house in the sandwich shop, and they summon actual ghosts to like be in their haunted house, so it's an actual haunted house.
I remember this. Yeah.
There's this ghost of this old lady, and she's completely fine, but she's like an old lady, but she has no like nothing on her hands. Her hands are just skeletons. And I just remember, I don't know what the lead up to this, but she just holds up her hands and she goes, "I can't. I have no muscles or ligaments." And I picture that's you walking into HR after using this hand sanitizer. It's just two skeleton hands, just white, just cleaned bone. And you're just like, "I have no muscles or ligaments."
And to be fair, I opened it today and I was like, let me smell this stuff. My stomach started hurting. Like, I started feeling like I was going to vomit after, like, inhaling it for, like, a half a second.
Oh, so you felt nauseous? You should go outside and take some
person to fresh air and then keep comfortable until breathing make normal?
I didn't keep comfy. I kept very uncomfy, actually.
You did not get your person to fresh air, keep comfortable?
No, he didn't. Person stayed in desk and felt uncomfy.
You did not follow the rules. You're gonna die now, Aaron.
Danger.
That's just what's gonna happen.
That's what I did. AJ, that's what Ethan. I just stood up at my desk and went, "Danger," and nobody came to help me.
Imagine
nobody knew the signal worked.
Imagine that, man. Ruined. Plan flawed. You should sue. Whoever made that bottle.
Like, I looked up the company. It's a sketch company. Like it's like janitorial supplies is like also what they sell it. And like it showed how much they paid for this crap. Holy crap. It was like $16 for 16 bottles. Like, that doesn't sound like a lot, but for stuff that's gonna burn your hands apart, that's a lot.
Yeah.
For literal poison.
I don't think they got rubbing alcohol. I think they got like rubbing acid, and I was like, that's what we need.
It'll kill the germs.
Yeah, right. It's like the commercial that they did for 409, to where they were like, we called it 409 because if we did 4010, this would happen, and they like spray it on like a bug, and the bug just disintegrates. That's what they got you. They got you 410.
Just walk in with a shotgun. Just like,
yep.
Yeah. Use this on your hands.
That's why they couldn't call it 410. It was already trademarked. Mm-hmm. Gun names aren't trademarked, right?
A three-digit number is definitely trademarked. 100%.
Imagine being in math class and the answer's 410. You're like, teacher, I don't know what to do.
Imagine
I don't want to go to jail.
Imagine trying to figure out how many degrees is a full rotation and being like, damn it, I can't use that. Microsoft had the rights.
Yeah. It's like not being able to call something Windows because Microsoft owns it. It's like, darn.
That sure would be painful.
You die now.
You go die now.
You go die. Oh, man. So,
well, that hurt.
Yeah.
That hurt my brain.
Speaking of hurt,
Uh-oh. Please
should I tell my story now?
Dad, you tell your story. Give it to us, because I'm anxious to hear it.
Go right ahead. Yeah, I'm curious now. I didn't get to hear it, so.
I never heard it either, so.
It was all on my private Snapchat story, so if you cared about my life, you would have seen it.
Nah, I talked to you enough as is.
That's extra funny because we haven't talked in like 4 days.
Yeah, you're right.
He took a break because he talks to you too much.
Yeah, exactly.
All right.
I had to take a break, man.
So let me see if I can streamline this story. So, last weekend, I went on. Last weekend, the choir that I sing in went on tour. Tour is a very very generous description of we took 4 days and we went to a couple churches and a school and we sang some songs. It wasn't like an actual tour like actual bands do where they go around the country for like...
Do you have any groupies?
Like 2 months. No.
Dang.
Yeah, that's a big turn on. Yeah. Guess what? I'm a tenor too in the choir. That really gets the juices flowing.
I mean,
For sure.
Maybe
For sure, I imagine it does.
All right, but since there's like 60 people in this... There's like 60 people in this choir. So it's pretty expensive to house all of them on the road. Like, we all fit on one charter bus, but like buying hotels for 60 people is rough, even when you're like rooming 4 people to a room. So for the first 2 nights, we were singing at these churches and they had host homes for us. So basically, there were families in the church that were like, hey, we can put up this many in our house for the night. And they hosted us for the night. First night went fine. Before the trip, we had signed up in like groups of 4 for like housing stuff, so that they had groups that they could keep together. And it was me, my buddy Brad, my buddy Aaron, another Aaron, and my buddy KT. And the first night was fine. We stayed with this older couple. They had a very, very big, nice house that they had just built like 3 years ago. It was super nice. They had 4 bedrooms for us, so we each had our own room, and there was 2 bathrooms that we could use that was like on our own side of the house, and they were on a completely other side of the house, so we didn't really have to worry about, waking them up since we were up till like 2 a.m.
That's awesome.
But, that house was great.
Okay. It's like
the
some Gus and
second-
Cindy level stuff.
The second night, the host family, because we were eating dinner at the church after our performance, and they had like little table cards like at the tables that were like, hey, you 4 sit here and your host family will sit with you for dinner so that they can, talk to you and get to know you before they take you to their house. I'm like, all right, cool. So we're all sitting there, and the couple, the, older couple that's going to house us for the night, sits there too. They seem really nice. They're talking to us. We're talking. They're a very polite, very sweet couple. And they say, we're not actually putting you up into our house. We're going to put you up in a hunting cabin that we own. So you guys will have like the hunting cabin all by yourself, and we'll drop you off there, and then we'll pick you up in the morning and take you back to the church for breakfast. And we were like, all right, that sounds fine. We've stayed in hunting. We've stayed in hunting cabins before. Most of the time they're like, they're okay. And we don't mind being out in the wilderness that much. We don't mind roughing it. So they're driving us out there, and my parents' house, where I grew up, it's in the middle of nowhere. It's in the boonies. Mm-hmm. It's like,
I agree.
I live, it's like next to a dairy farm. There's acres and acres of woods all around my house. You have to drive 20 minutes to get to a Dollar General. Like, it's in the middle of nowhere. So when I tell you this hunting cabin was in buttfuck nowhere, it was the farthest from civilization I can imagine. We drove through because we like went out of the town where the church was, and we got like on the interstate and went for a little ways, and then like passed like 3 exits and then got off, and then we drove through their quote unquote town that they lived in. It was 1 red light and a gas station.
Shout out to Monticello.
Yeah, no, smaller.
Wow, that's insane.
Yeah, no, smaller than JS.
Dang.
Holy crap.
Yeah, or probably about the same size as JS, Aaron. But they didn't have a post office like JS does. It was just a gas station.
Post office?
Didn't even have a post office. It was just a red light and a gas station and a weird, sketchy-looking building that they called City Hall. So we kept on driving a little ways after that. We go down this dirt, like this back road, and then we pull off the shoulder of this back road in the middle of the woods, and there's like a cattle gate. And it's dark by this point, and we're all like looking around at each other, and we're like, all right, well, this is where we go to die.
Yeah, for real.
The guy gets out, he unlocks the cattle gate, he drives through, he turns around, closes it, drives us down this dirt road that it's just a trail that meanders through the woods and then drives by this lake or this pond that they fish in. And then there's this green metal building, like on a concrete slab. That's the hunting cabin. And from the outside, we were like, all right, looks like a hunting cabin. Like just a cabin in the middle of the woods next to a pond. Seems pretty par for the course. They open it up. We go in. They turn on all the lights and everything. And it's like there's a bottom level with like a fireplace and couches and like lazy boys. And then there's a loft, like an upstairs like loft that has like bunk beds. And they're like there's 2 bunk beds and another bed upstairs in the loft. And then there's a queen size bed in a master bedroom that's like underneath the loft. And that's where the bathroom is too. And we're like, all right, cool, whatever. And we go looking around. First thing we notice, hanging from the balcony, like of the loft, like hanging from the staircase, full-size Confederate flag.
Okay,
Not a Mississippi state flag, which I feel like is a distinction that needs to be made, because the Mississippi state flag has a Confederate flag on it, like in the top left corner.
Yeah.
But this was just a full-on Confederate flag. And
I'm
we were
not
like,
shocked, but yeah.
we were like, okay. And another key part of this story is that Brad and I are 2 young white men, but KT and Aaron are 2 young black men. So and we had been joking, like the night before when we had been driven out to the other house that was really nice, we were joking, like KT was like, man, I swore he was going to open up the garage and we were just going to see like a burning cross sitting there. And I'm like, KT, you're paranoid. Don't worry about it. You know, we're not going to get lynched. You know, we're not going to get into a race war. You know, it's nothing like that's going to happen. And he was like, you know, just like making jokes and stuff. When we walk in and we see this big ass Confederate flag, I'm like, oh God, he might not actually be paranoid. We might actually die here. They also had, their bathroom was full of Ole Miss football merch, and not new Ole Miss football merch, old stuff when their mascot was still the Rebel.
Oh yeah.
So it's just covered in Ole Miss shit. And above the fireplace, there's a framed picture of Nathan Bedford Forrest. And if you don't know who Nathan Bedford Forrest is, he was a Confederate general and the founder of the KKK.
Yeah, he was.
Thank you for explaining to me.
Yeah, fun fact, that's who, like, in Forrest Gump, that's how Forrest gets his name, is from that general. Yeah.
Wait,
Also,
is it?
Yeah.
Wasn't he in the movie, like, was the Nathan dude in the movie with, Black Klansman? Was he in that movie?
What?
I don't know, man. Go on. Never mind.
Black Klansman was based in the 70s. Nathan Bedford Forrest lived during the Civil War.
Civil War.
It's the same time.
Right. Of course.
Part of the podcast where Aaron's an idiot. All right. We can move past it.
Also, I live in Hattiesburg, which is in Forrest County, Mississippi, which is named after Nathan Bedford Forrest.
After Nathan, yeah.
Don't dox yourself, bro.
I'm just saying the town. We've already said the town where I live.
Thanks, Noah.
You know, say my full first, middle, and last name, Aaron.
Yeah, we never said that.
Fucking hate you. But,
right.
So I knew who Nathan Bedford Forrest was, and I recognized the photo. So, of course, I walk in, and I'm like, all right, hunting cabin, middle of nowhere, kind of sketch, Confederate flag, little more sketch, picture of the founder of the KKK framed above the fireplace. I'm concerned. Yeah. I knew who it was. KT did not. And all of the other pictures, there were pictures that were like sat on top of the fireplace, and those were like family photos. So like it was like pictures of people who had stayed at the hunting cabin, and it was like, oh, these are like grandparents or whatever. So he thought that the picture of Nathan Bedford Forrest was actually a family member, like a great grandfather or something. So
could be
that we thought of that later. But KT goes, whose picture is that above the fireplace? And this man is like, oh, ooh, that's Nathan Bedford Forrest. And he proceeds to fanboy and tell stories about Nathan Bedford Forrest for about 20 minutes.
In front of
And-
two black kids.
In front of... Yup.
It's nobody, kids. It's nobody.
And,
What's the proper response there?
and he framed him, let's say, in a positive light.
Well, he
gushed.
framed him above the fireplace is what he did.
No, but he made Nathan Bedford Forrest sound like the
Like a
second
hero.
coming of Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah. And
Wait, he's not.
Shut up, Aaron.
I didn't.
he's definitely robed in white. But and I just sort of sat there like, oh, I'm gonna have to tell the guys about who this guy really is once this man's leaves. And so like he finishes gushing and they are like, all right, here's our number if you need anything, blah 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 blah, and then they leave. And then I proceeded to be like, oh my god, these people, wow, they might be extremely racist. They're probably extremely racist.
5 people with white coats on came in and beat your black friends up.
I was like, these people, it is very possible that they're extremely racist and we may die. But then, like, the fireplace was on and we had turned some of the heaters on because it was supposed to get cold that night. And then the creatures started to rustle and started to show themselves. We saw like some spiders started to some spiders started to come out, some beetles started to crawl out of the crevices. We started killing bugs. I was upstairs sitting on my bed in the loft because we were like, all right, KT can have the big bed downstairs and then the rest of us will sleep in the beds upstairs, like in the loft. And I was sitting in the loft and over the balcony downstairs I hear KT say, hey, is that a wasp? And I yell over the balcony. I said, KT, I swear to God, if there are wasps in this cabin, I'm leaving, no cap. And as soon as I say that, a wasp crawls out from under my bed.
It was like,
Where-
what'd you say about no cap?
Wow.
And then I had to smash it. But like they weren't flying around, they were being really slow because it's cold. Wasps aren't very active when it's cold weather. That's why you see them mostly in the summer. And I was like, oh shit, we turned on the heaters. So that's why like shit's starting to like get active and rustle up.
They're like, oh,
And
we're
so-
awake.
Yeah, shit's starting to wake up because it's getting warm and getting comfy. And so I was like, oh, guys, all of these bugs, like ladybugs and everything, and like there were swarms of ladybugs. And if you don't know this, I didn't know this until I found out about this
bite.
after the fact. No, not that ladybugs bite. Found out that ladybugs and wasps actually have a symbiotic relationship. So that's why sometimes when you see one, you see a lot of the other.
I didn't know that.
So, fun facts. So, judging by the volume of ladybugs, I was terrified of how many wasps there might be. We actually opened up the closet in the bathroom and like where all the towels and shit were, and we looked up into the ceiling of the closet, and it was just covered in spider webs and wasps' nests, and we saw shit starting to like stir. So I went downstairs to the fireplace, and I was like, well, I'm turning this fucking fireplace off. So I opened up the panel because it was a gas fireplace. And he showed us like the knob where you turn the gas on and off before he left, and he turned it on. So I open up the panel where the knob is, and I turn the knob off, and I'm like, all right, there's the fireplace off. But I didn't notice that underneath, inside of the fireplace, where that knob is, there was the carcass of a dead mouse, just waiting to get cooked up for us.
Wow.
And I was like, what the shit is that? And everybody walked in. They were like, what is? And I pointed. I was like, that's just a dead mouse, just chilling inside of the fireplace that was about to get cooked. And that was going to smell ripe once like this started to get heated up.
I
So it was-
think that they were going to come back and kill you later.
Yeah, no, that's what I said. I said it was fear tactics. Like they were
Yeah.
marinating us in the fear so that we
Yeah.
tasted better when they came back to eat us.
100%, dude. Well, if not you, they were going to kill Aaron and your buddy.
KT.
I
I don't want to
think-
say his name wrong. KT?
Yeah,
Yeah, okay.
it's just 2 letters.
I didn't know if you were putting the weird
dude.
emphasis on it.
It's
I was
2
just
letters,
missing
man.
it. I just didn't know if I was missing it.
Just 2 letters.
Dude,
You've offended AJ.
I don't know what to tell you, man. I just don't like black people. Sorry.
I'm gonna have to tell my friends to not listen.
Come on, you can't say that.
It's a
Wyatt
joke,
was on the
KT.
podcast once. You can't say that.
Oh my god.
Works at a credit union.
No, it's
Black
because
people.
No.
AJ. It's
No.
because AJ thought Wyatt was black for the longest
For
time.
the
I know.
longest time. And then no, it got worse because Wyatt made me believe it too. Wyatt was like, "Oh, you think I'm black? I'm gonna go into that. I'm gonna make sure he buys that." Oh man.
Tastes
hate Wyatt for that.
White.
He's very
so
white.
I know, he is.
All right. Let me
Okay.
finish my story. Mm-hmm. So at this point, we sort of make the executive decision of we can't stay here. So since I'm the oldest of the 4 guys, I message our choir director and I tell him the situation. And he knows us pretty well. He knows all 4 of us pretty well. And he knows that we're not prone to like exaggerate or overreact. So he says, okay, I'll figure something out. And then like a little while later, he's like, all right, I went to the church. I'm with the choir director of the church. He knows where you guys are. We're getting in the church van and we're coming out to get you guys. And I was like, thank you. And so they drive out to get us. And we packed up all of our stuff. We have like all of our luggage piled up in the living room and we're just sitting in the living room waiting. In the meantime, KT was like, I'm just going to go lay down. And KT goes to lay down in the master bedroom. He finds rat shit in the bed.
What? Real quick, before you keep going on with your story, do you think that your choir director went to the choir director of the church and was like, "Hey, we sent like 4 guys over to this guy's house, and he put them in a hunting cabin, and it's like 2 black guys, 2 white guys." He's like, wait, you sent black people with that guy? Like,
I think that may have been what happened. Is he told the worship pastor at this church, and he was like, wait, with what family? Oh dear,
Yeah,
we need
like-
to go get them right now.
yeah, like we gotta go. Like they're gonna kill them. They're dead.
Yeah. No, so and we just get all our luggage, we take it downstairs, and we're just waiting. We're just all sitting on our phones waiting. And then I get a call from the choir director. He's like, hey, we think we found the right place. It's in the middle of nowhere, and there's this red gate to get in, but the gate's locked.
There's a
So we
burning
can't
cross in
actually
front of it.
we can't get down to the cabin. You guys are going to have to walk up to us and hop the fence. So we had to get all of our luggage and walk back through this dirt path that wound through the woods at night back up to this cattle gate, and that's where they were waiting with the church van. And then we had to throw all of our luggage over the gate and then climb the gate to get to the van and then get out. And our choir director ended up taking us to a hotel and putting us up in the hotel that he had been staying at. So we didn't die.
Wow.
But I'm fairly certain that if we would have stayed there until morning, no one would have heard from us again.
Yeah, I'm pretty convinced myself.
There was like 0 cell service out there too. It was like in the middle of nowhere.
Well, yeah, I'd imagine so.
Yeah. So we would
Jeez.
have been dead. It was
It
was terrifying.
That's awesome, man. We need to find them and see if they have an Airbnb.
Oh God.
Dude, we get so many
Have you-
podcast stories, or we would get none because we'd die.
We would be dead.
You're right. Have y'all seen that new movie advertised, The Hunt?
Yeah.
I went and saw it the other night. It's a pretty slapping movie. I liked
Isn't
it.
that just the most dangerous game, but new?
Wait, what is
I
it?
don't understand the most dangerous game. It's probably
Most
the
Dangerous?
worst version.
When did the most dangerous game come out? Was it like the 60s, 70s?
Yeah, I was gonna say that's pretty old. Like that concept has now become like the actual terminology for doing that.
Well, like, Okay, do
Because
y'all
it
mind,
was a book
spoilers
first.
for this? Like, it's just a dumb comedy movie. I don't think you're gonna mind like spoilers that are 13 minutes in the movie.
Oh, The Most Dangerous Game, the movie came out in 1932.
Yeah, the book came out in
first
24.
movie.
Yeah, the book came out in 24.
All right,
Adaptations of the book include The Most Dangerous Game, 1932, The Hunt, 2020, and A Game of Death, 1945.
Yeah, it's pretty old.
Okay. But
And then I think there was one that came out in...
I didn't know anything
Okay,
about
I
all
might be
this.
thinking of the one in the 60s. Bloodlust, The Woman Hunt, which is 1973. I don't know.
But like it was a pretty solid movie. You guys should go check it out if you just want some like dumb comedy. I would go buy it in theaters. I would wait for it on Redbox first. But
Yeah.
like one of my favorite things they did with the movie is like they focused in on this like one person, right? Like they like honed in on them. And you're like, this is the main character. This is the person that's like doing everything. She goes, she does this, she finds like this one important part, and she's sitting there talking with this handsome guy, and she's a cute girl, so they're the main people. And she's just standing there, and her head just blows off. Like out of nowhere, not expecting it, just gone. And that's one of my favorite things they've ever done in a movie, because like the first...
Like The Boys on Amazon?
Yeah. Like...
Ha 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 ha.
the main characters that they kept trying to like make you focus, being like, this is the main character, would die like 5 seconds after you're like, yes, they're the main character. So like for a very long time you didn't know who was the main character of the movie and like who was actually gonna live, because it kept like swapping to these other person's perspective and they were making smart decisions and then they would just die by something random. And like this one chick, she fell in spikes and this guy like picks her up out of the spikes and starts to carry her away, and then he steps on a landmine and she blows and they blow up, and then she lands back in the hole, back on the exact spikes in the same exact position she was in to start
Jesus.
with. And some dude walks over and he was like, let me help you out. And she's like, no, just shoot me. And he was like, no, I'm gonna get you out of here. And he like she takes the gun and goes, you stupid snowflake, and shoots herself in the head. Like,
Wow.
movie's whack and like
Sounds
super
like
violent,
Final Destination, but
but comedy.
a little bit different. Yeah.
It's very like over the top, but it's supposed
Yeah.
to be.
Yeah,
It's-
Final Destination.
I enjoyed it. I think it's like a good, like you don't have to really think a lot movie. Like you've seen
Like
those where you just like shut your brain off
Hunger
and you
Games.
just watch it and you're like,
But with shit posters.
yeah. Wasn't that just like a terrible Hunger Games movie too? Like wasn't there Starving Games? Yeah, the Starving Games.
That was
parody?
satire. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's kind of like that.
Okay. So
I
it's
don't
like
remember that movie, but I remember watching it.
I never watched the satirical one.
I
The
think
parody.
I did. It got a 3 out of 10 rating.
Not surprised.
It had a budget of 4.63 million and it made 3.8 million. Good job, movie.
wow. Good job. Good job.
That's
Wow.
a fat oof.
There's another movie called The Hungover Games.
Yep.
Oh, I was supposed to. So Noah wanted me to ask you guys, what's your gay price point? Because it was something we were talking about.
About what? Like to what?
Like if somebody
Oh,
walked
I
up to
see.
you
I got
and was like, "I will pay you
yeah.
to do gay shit
Yeah.
with me. I will pay
Yeah.
you for gay sex." How much?
What's funny that you asked that question because I just watched a comedy sketch, I guess comedy like part on it, from what's the guy whose dad died in 9/11? That's a really bad way to remember somebody. Oh, now I just
I wish we had.
jerk.
I wish we had face cams because my reaction to that was just.
You know who I'm talking about, right? He was just
I
on
do.
Hot
I
Ones.
honestly don't.
He was just on Hot Ones this week.
I haven't watched the hot ones for this
Are you-
week.
Are you talking about Will Ferrell?
No.
Because that's the only person that I remember that was on Hot Ones recently, and I'm like,
I'm gonna
why
say
the
his
heck would he
name.
say that for him?
I'm gonna say his name, and you're gonna know exactly who I'm talking about. Hold on, I gotta go look at Hot Ones YouTube.
There's David
Pete
Dobrik.
Davidson. Pete Davidson.
Okay, I was just like,
I don't know who that
who
is.
the heck is he talking about?
You don't know who Pete Davidson is?
I do not recognize that name. No.
Oh, he's a comedian. He just makes like really, really sketchy jokes. But his dad died in in 9/11, and he makes a lot of jokes about it. So a lot of people are like, "That's not okay," and he's like, "Well, it's my dad, so it's okay if it wants to be." Actually, making a movie about him.
Nice.
But he was talking about that, and he was like, that's a game that I've tried to bring back. It's like asking people what they would do for like $1 million. And that's just when you go around one of your friends and you ask them what you do, and then they just say no and deny it when you know you would. He's like, I'd do it for $5,000, man. If he was in front of me with the cash, well,
That's what I
of course
said. That's what I said to Noah. Because Noah was talking about it, like, because he was saying, like, he had that conversation with his girlfriend, and that he had said, like, $1 billion. And I was like, bullshit. Bullshit. Because
Yeah.
I was like, I have student loans, and I guarantee if somebody was just like, you know what? Like, let me do, like, one night, no holds barred, let me do whatever I want to you. $20K. I'd be down. 100%.
Right. See,
That's $20K.
okay. Here's the difference though, in you asking us and then Noah telling you his answer. One, Noah's insane because that's a ridiculous answer to even give. But
No.
My
And then
answer's like
so
$1 million.
I said that, like, he was like, I said that like like he said $1 billion, and I was like, we know it's lower than that. And he's like, yeah,
Right.
it is. I said that to my girlfriend just to make her feel better.
oh my gosh,
I feel
Noah.
like it's got to be like $1 million for me.
Doesn't she listen to this?
I hope so.
No, there's no way she does.
No, but I was like, and then I was like, if somebody was like 25K, I'd do it 100%. And he sat there for a second, and he looked at me, and he was like, yeah, I would too.
yeah, like, bruh, come on.
I don't
20K?
agree with you guys. I would.
100%. Oh yeah, I do stuff for 20K.
Here's the thing though, you have no idea who the person is. That's the one part that bothers me. The second part, we're talking about this on something that's going to be recorded and last forever, basically, or however long YouTube's going to
Yeah,
last.
like what if we get famous and some like sugar daddy comes up to you, Ethan?
If it's what 20 depends on inflation. So because if like in the future somebody hears this and they're like, all right, bet I'll have a little piece of his twink ass for 20K. But if 20K is worth way less than it is now, then probably not. But
Okay, but
if
what
they-
if they
if
just
they-
like try to compensate for that and instead they give you like 25K? Like,
if they account for inflation, yeah, bet.
But what if we're famous? What if what if we have money? Like what if you don't have student loans and bills to pay?
20K is still 20K, dog.
I don't think you would think the same thing if you had like money.
Dude, I don't think I'll ever outgrow poor. Like as a mindset.
yeah, same Ethan, same.
That's the podcast title.
I don't think I'll ever
I've outgrown
outgrow
poor.
poor.
I think that's our podcast
Dude,
title.
for real, like the idea
If you
of
don't
like,
put it as our podcast title, I'll go change it in YouTube Studio.
the idea of sales and deals existing and then like just not going for them, that idea just it doesn't exist in my brain.
I
Like,
agree to that, but not what Ethan's saying.
Selling my
that's
body
totally
for $20,000. It's $20,000.
I mean, the 20% rack, and then $20,000 for
you gotta
whatever he
like
wants to
see
do.
that.
It's not worth
I
it.
feel like visually, like understanding 20K.
I work at a bank.
But you don't get to visually see that. Like you
I've
see it
held
on a
20K.
screen.
And no, I held 20K the other day in my hand.
Okay.
Yeah, and you're telling me you wouldn't let another dude stick his dick in your ass for that much money.
Yeah, dude.
Telling you that.
You're nuts.
I'm gonna shoot your high horse so you have to get off of it, you fucking prick.
I just wouldn't.
Patreon.
You prude. You prude. Thinking your fat ass is worth more than 20K.
I'm a big boy, what can I say?
You prude.
I mean, like, I've seen like 300,000 cash before. It doesn't like surprise me at this point. So the shock and awe factor that you guys would experience wouldn't happen to me. You have to take that in account. You have a lot of shock and awe there.
No, supply and demand, bro.
Some girl the other day asked for 5,000 or for 1,000 in fives. Why does she need $1,000 in fives?
She needs to
500
act.
bills. That's
Yeah.
What's the point of getting
200.
$1,000 in fives?
She needs to like.
I do not know.
Well, okay, I'm gonna tell you the point because I know why. She told me why. She said,
Okay.
"I save all my $5 bills. Just get the $100 bills and stick them in the drawer. Just stick the hundreds in the drawer."
Maybe she just likes how Abraham Lincoln looks on a dollar
Like-
bill.
There's a saving strategy to saving all
She's
your
got a crush on
fives.
Honest Abe.
Yeah.
She only has fives and pennies. It's the only currency.
Stan like Abraham Lincoln. Like she just.
She's like, I would rub that mustache right off your face, you tall fuck.
Well, she was black, so he set her free.
That's what it is.
Real
That's what
racist
it is.
podcast. I gotta stop. People are gonna think I'm a racist.
You really do.
Yeah, dude,
You are.
I'm not.
You're a short, fat, balding racist. That's
Oh no.
I'm not Donald Trump, but okay. Anyway,
That balding.
but no, there's like a saving strategy to saving every $5 bill you come in contact with, and I've heard of that before. But the point of it is to like when you get a five, you save that, not to go to the bank and get fives and then save that. That defeats the purpose.
it does defeat the purpose. Like I understand
should
it's like
just-
every single time like you break a 20 or a 50 or something and you get change back, every single time there's a $5 bill in that, you save that, right? Is that
Yeah.
like the idea? She's like,
See?
all right, I'm gonna cheat the system by transferring all my savings into fives.
And
See, dude.
she could have just
telling
put
you.
like if it's just going in a drawer, then just put your $100 bills in a drawer like that.
Nah. She was lying to you. Like that. She's too embarrassed
probably
to
going to the
admit
club.
that she has a crush on Abraham Lincoln. That's what it is.
Oh my god, what if she's making like a mural of Abraham Lincoln's face out of $5 bills?
That'd be awesome.
That'd be dope.
You know what? I'll go look. Oh, she doesn't bank with us. I was about to say, I'll go get her account number and I'll look it up and I'll give her a call. Like, look here, Honest Abe Crusher. I'm sending you a poster in the mail.
She's got like a shrine.
You're going to love
To
me. My
Abraham
name's
Lincoln.
One Penny Too Many. Go check out my YouTube channel.
Your avatar is literally Abraham Lincoln. I forgot about that.
Also, I forgot Abraham Lincoln's on the penny. That's in my name.
That's why I said she
Why?
only owns fives and pennies.
Yeah. Ethan said
Like,
that.
I forgot that until you said it. Like, when you said it, I was like,
Okay.
wow, Abraham Lincoln's on 2 pieces of currency. That's crazy.
Oh my god.
So was Washington.
Yeah, dang it, Ethan. I was gonna ask how many is Washington.
He's on
on.
quarters and
Oh my
ones.
gosh. Quarters in one, dude.
I work
Come
at a bank,
on.
work at a bank, work at a bank, work at a bank.
You do. You handle more money than both of us.
Look at coins. That's poor man's money.
Okay, Aaron. What dollar bill has the person who created our treasury system?
Franklin.
What dollar bill? Aaron. No.
Am I wrong?
Hamilton. 10.
Oh, dang.
Yeah.
Yeah, Franklin created electricity, right?
Yes.
Yep. He created
As well as
it.
a couple
he
other
quaffed it.
Yeah, he was an inventor, was his entire thing, as well as the person who created
Yep.
the treaty between France and America for the Revolution.
Treaty
He
of Versailles.
invented electricity.
Ugh.
One, that's not the Treaty of Versailles.
No, it's not.
Whatever.
I was
I'll
gonna
kill
let
you.
it
The Treaty of Versailles was after World War One.
I'm going home.
Aaron, I was gonna give you a pass and act like you didn't say anything. I
I
tried,
appreciate
man.
you, AJ.
I'm a
I
fucking
appreciate
history major.
you. I'm a business major. Doesn't that make sense?
It would make sense if you actually knew whose faces were on bills.
I get that. I'm an accounting major.
Dumb, dude.
I do math. That's all I have.
You guys,
The numbers are my friends.
man. Y'all listening got lucky. This is two Aaron dumb segments going on in this podcast.
Aaron
big
dumb.
Cooper's gonna love it.
Yeah.
Oh god. As a typing test earlier, I wanted to see if you could hear my keyboard through my mic, and I sent Aaron a message that said, "Aaron is a big dumb idiot."
He did. That was his typing message.
The predictions are true.
Oh.
Congratulations.
Do you guys
Oh god.
have any other thing to talk about, or should we?
Nah,
wrap
dude,
up?
I'm exhausted.
Yeah.
I would be
yeah.
too after this conversation.
This
That must
one
have been brutal
recording
for you guys.
Took a lot of energy out of me.
Yeah, dude.
Yeah.
You just sapped it away from my soul. You took
Gone.
years off my life.
You're stupid,
Alright, well-
ruined Ethan.
Everybody who made it this far and heard my idiotness self, go check out the links below. Go join our Discord. Don't forget to leave a 5-star review on Apple Podcasts, Noah. I know you listened.
Yep. Like and add comments. I noticed 3 comments recently on our
Bro,
newest
there's like
podcast.
7.
There's 7 now? There's 7 comments?
Yes.
Yeah, there's a lot
Yeah,
of
there's a
comments.
couple that were marked as spam.
Yeah,
and I
we're
had to
actually
unmark
getting
them.
audience interaction. Imagine
Yes.
that.
Keep up the comments,
get-
guys. It's great.
We gained 20 subs overnight, and I appreciate all of those people. We
That's
hit
what
the
I appreciate about
algorithm,
you.
and they all loved it. So I hope you guys enjoyed it. A few of them were even like, "I can't wait to hear the next podcast."
Oh, well, aren't
So-
you going to be disappointed? It's downhill from here, guys.
One of them was like, "Man, I can't wait to hear more of these 3 people with Eric
Right.
and Tay." And I was like,
Yeah.
Well, guess what, asshole?
Yeah, I saw a couple comments that were like, "Man, Tay, I hope nothing bad happened to your car." Or like they were like, "Man, Tay, you should go get rid of your car." It's like, man, they're not going to be able to hear like a part 2 to Tay's car ever.
Tay's got to come back. Tay's got to come back.
I mean,
He gets his
eventually,
views.
yeah. But
Nope, never. I got to go kill
yeah,
him now.
Well, yeah, Ethan's going to be against that. Just do it when Ethan's
guess
not
it-
here.
I was about to say secret podcast.
Yes,
Leviathan, what was his name? Leviathan something? He put a
Abyssal
comment
King
saying
Leviathan?
he can't wait till the next takeover. He was very excited.
Oh, nice. Yeah, perfect. When I'm not
Well,
here, Ethan's
Fuck
not
us,
here.
AJ. I
Yeah,
guess.
right, man. We're not that great, apparently.
We really aren't.
See, my favorite part was that Eric said if it gets past, if the views and it does better than this certain podcast.
Use your words. God damn.
Are you the person that put that stuff on the bottle? Was that you?
Now I need to read it so I know that it like the language of the bottle wasn't fucked up, or if it was just Aaron's stupid brain.
I'll send it to you.
It was in
no.
the group chat for a little bit. I saw it.
He said if the video's views pass another one of our videos' views, then we will start our own podcast. So White Noise
It's
2
not hard to
coming
beat
at you
4.
next week.
It's not hard to beat 4, but yeah.
No, it was like our most viewed one at the time.
Oh,
I don't
how
know
is
which
it-
one it was.
How did you struggle that much to say if this video gets the most views out of any of them?
I'm going home.
Aaron broke. Aaron broke.
Aaron broke. Send replacement.
I told you I've been up since 3 this morning. I've had a Red Bull, a cup of coffee, another cup of coffee with 3 shots of espresso, and protein powder with like triple the amount of caffeine as all of those.
This just in. Sleep deprived Aaron is stupid and racist.
Yeah.
Hate when my true nature comes out.
Okay. Okay, yeah, we'll be back in a couple weeks, guys. Thanks
Without
for
listening.
Tune in next time for drunk Aaron that hates women.
Yeah.
Not to be drunk to hate women. Do that on the daily.
Okay, stop digging your hole, man. Stop digging your hole.
I'm ending my recording.
See y'all later. Peace out.
See you next time, guys. This has been White Noise. We love you. Please come back.